Okay, so imagine this. You get a bill for nearly $250,000, and it's for something you were forced to do completely against your will. Well, that's pretty much the situation one Tennessee county is in right now, and it's kicking off this fascinating showdown between local and state power. It's a real David and Goliath story, but for local government.
$234,166. That's the number. And this isn't just some random figure. It's the absolute flashpoint in a serious battle between Rutherford County and the state of Tennessee. This is money the county was basically forced to hand over, and now they're fighting tooth and nail to get it back, arguing they never should have been charged in the first place.
And that really leads to the central question of this whole thing, doesn't it? Why would a county government write a check for that much money while at the same time declaring that the charge itself is improper? I mean, it sounds kind of bizarre. To understand how we got here, we've got to rewind a bit and see where it all started. So this whole mess kicked off with a really unusual order from a state agency. It was a directive that, in essence, asked the county to go back in time and rewrite history, and that put them in a super difficult position. The key thing to focus on here is the timing. This wasn't about, future tax assessments. The state literally ordered the county to go back and change tax records that were already finalized, certified, done. Think about it like your boss asking you to change a report you submitted months ago that's already been approved and acted on. That's basically what went down here. There's actually a name for this. It's called a retroactive assessment. It's like a referee changing a call in a football game long after the final whistle has blown and everyone's gone home. So the county is arguing that not only is this just unfair, but in this specific case, it was straight up unlawful. And this, right here, is where things really heat up. The county didn't just disagree with the order. Nope, they mounted a full-on legal challenge, claiming the state had totally overstepped its legal boundaries. At the center of all this is the Rutherford County assessor, Rob Mitchell. In his position, it's crystal clear. He believes there is absolutely nothing in Tennessee state law that gives the state the power to force a local government to make these specific kinds of retroactive changes, period. Now, Mitchell's case isn't just some vague complaint. It's actually built on three very specific legal arguments. First, he says the law just doesn't allow for this. Second, he argues it stepped all over the authority of his locally elected office. And third, and this is a big one, the order actually contradicted existing rules from the state's own attorney general. This slide really gets to the core of the problem. You see, the state's order wasn't for a simple typo fix or something. It required real professional judgment to make the changes. But according to state law, that kind of judgment is the exclusive job, of the locally elected assessor, not some state agency. So you've got this direct clash of who's in charge. And this quote right here just sums up the county's entire legal argument perfectly. Basically, if the state's order was an overreach of its authority, then the bill they sent for doing it is, by definition, improper. It just doesn't hold up. Okay, so the county paid the charge under protest to avoid any more penalties, but now they're fighting back to get that money refunded. And to do that, they're actually turning to the public for a little help. The goal is simple. It's direct. They want a full refund of every single dollar, plus any interest that's built up. They want to make the county's taxpayers whole again. So how can people help? Well, Assessor Mitchell is asking citizens to do two very specific things: get in touch with their local county commissioners and also contact their state representatives in the General Assembly. The idea is to build pressure from both the local and the state level to really push this refund effort forward. But as we kind of zoom out here, you start to see that this fight isn't just about one payment. It's really about a fundamental principle of how our government is supposed to work. From the county's point of view, this whole case is a stand for three bigger ideas. First, making sure state agencies play by the rules and follow the law. Second, upholding the authority of the officials who are elected locally. And third, protecting taxpayer money from what they see as totally improper charges. This isn't just some abstract debate. It's about who gets to make the final call for a community, the people you elect on the street or administrators in a faraway state capital. And really, this one case in Tennessee brings up a critical question that towns and counties all over the country are dealing with. In a system where you have all these overlapping layers of government, where do you draw the line between state power and local control? It's this constant debate, right? How do we make sure these different levels of government can work together without one just steamrolling the other? It's something to think about.